Opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media. We've got you covered from sun up to sundown.
Good morning. It's Kerry Jackson here, the conservative. We're going to cover a lot of ground today. I don't think that the police should decide, it's time for us to escalate stuff. Oh, no. There's got to be a fine line between we're going to keep order, but not we're just going to get out here and knock people upside the head. Everything that you think is settled law can be done away with. This is the game they plan to play. The question that you've got to ask yourself is, what are you individually going to do about it?
Weekdays on 910 AM Superstation.
Good morning, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. How are you this morning? Time now is 6 o'clock in the morning. If you've got to be there by 7 o'clock, you've got 1 hour to get there. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. It's Friday morning. Friday mornings, y'all know that I'm not here hanging out by myself. I have a co-host with me. Good morning, Keisha. How are you?
Good morning, Kerry. I'm doing great.
Try that one more time because your voice sounded very faint.
Good morning, Kerry. I said I'm doing great.
Okay, it's still just as, it's clear. It just is faint. I don't know whether I need to turn it up on my end or Doug, if we need to turn her up just a tad bit. Keisha does not have a booming voice when she talks to us now. I talked to Keisha last night about 8, 9 o'clock. Sister had a booming voice then. She was out hanging out, having a good time. But y'all know that Keisha is, as she tells me, she's a socialite. So if I call and Keisha is sitting at home, something's wrong. Keisha, we depend on Keisha, and Metro Detroit depends on Keisha to keep the city hopping and things going on. And I, at my age, I get a chance to just sit at home and find out what's going on, whether it's downtown, whether it's in Southfield, whether it is over on, whether it's over at Starters or whatever. Keisha's gonna be there, and so we know good and well that these. Say what?
I'm a foodie, so I definitely like to go out and try to do new restaurants and bars and spots.
All right, then one day we're gonna have this talk about Keisha being a foodie and weighing about 87 pounds. So I know a couple of other women that are that way. They go every place and they eat all of the time, but they're not gaining it in the way that I gain it in that other stuff. Let's set that aside because to use the phrase, to steal the phrase, and I'm not going to say who just texted me and said, oh my God, today's subject is going to take 2 hours. Let's just try and dive in. I have intentionally and deliberately stayed away from this subject over and over and over again, but Keisha had a little bit of sway yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and have this talk as best we can. I want to just try to just ask y'all, listen, y'all, it's a talk show, and I want everybody to, I've said this over and over again, the entire purpose of the FCC giving out radio licenses is so that Americans can be heard, so that you can call and say what's on your mind. But at the same time, we've got to try and keep with some sort of rules of decorum. Need y'all to not shout, holler, and scream and talk about other folks. We are just going to try to have a grown folks, sort of discussion. That's the best way I can say it. Now, today's subject is alone. The overarching discussion is about interracial relationships, and let me just try and tell you the setup and why things seem to be the way that they are. Now, we know that long ago, interracial relationships were forbidden by many states, and we all know about Loving versus Virginia, case that went all the way to the Supreme Court when the Supreme Court said, stay out of their people's business, let people love whoever they want to love, they can be with whoever they want to be with. All right, that's the setup. That was 60, 65 years ago, 50 years, 55 years ago. We get that. All right. We're not that's not the should there be interracial relationships has nothing at all to do with today's discussion. It's about how they tend to be accepted by members of our community. I'm not worrying about the members of the other community. I'm not that this is not the I say this over and over again. I don't live amongst the other community. They don't invite me to stuff, so I don't know how they would wind up doing things. So I want to talk about our community, and it just seems to be. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here. If I'm totally wrong, and if none of y'all have ever seen this, then y'all tell me, Kerry, I ain't never seen that before. But it seems to me that if a black man decides that he has, for one reason or another, given up on black women, and he's decided, you know what? I'm going to broaden my horizons. I'm going to give myself an opportunity to go out and pick from other cultures. I'm gonna give me a white girl. It seems to me that many people, other men, give him sort of like a little wink and a nod, and a brother, we understand. We know good and well how difficult black women can be, and we know that there's this overarching stereotype that white women are. When you go get your white girl, you know they're a little easier to get along with. They're more willing to please you. They're a lot freakier, and they do stuff that black women won't do. So we tend to, when we see them out in public, give them that look like, yeah, we give them the sort of nod of approval. That's if a black man chooses a white woman. But if a black woman, a single black woman, decides she wants to broaden her horizons, and if she's been heartbroken over and over again by black men, and if she's just given up, she says, you know what? There are 335 million people in this country, and there are millions and millions and millions of other places. I'm going to broaden my horizons. I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to go out and find somebody who loves and appreciates me for me, and I'm not going to limit myself to black men. It just appears to me, based on my experience, that when we see them out in public, we don't give them the nod of approval. We give them the "How dare you, sister? The heck is wrong with you? You stepped outside of your race. You giving up on the black man. You ain't worth anything. You the reason that our society is the way it is now." We don't give them the same pass. What do you think, Keisha?
So we talked about this last night, and I said that we don't give them the same pass. Every time somebody talks about Serena Williams and her husband being white, it's especially on social media, the Shade Room and other places, black men have so many negative things to say. And it's not black women, it's not white women, it's always black men.
Say that part again. Say that part again.
When you see posts with Serena and her husband, like on social media, the negative tone, the negative comments are always from black men. It's never from a black woman. It's never from a white woman. It's always black men. They seem to have the biggest problem with it, but yet they want us to accept it, which, I mean, for me, it doesn't matter, but it's okay for...
That sounded, wait. That rolled off your lips way too easy. Keisha, come on now. Wait, let me tell you something. When I was a teenager, and I've told this story before, when I was a teenager, I crossed the line. I decided to go out with somebody who was not an African American. And the folks who were the worst on me at that point in time were black women. Everybody else, I mean, it was not white men. It was not black men. It was black women had a fit whenever I walked in any place with this white girl on my arm. I mean, cussing me out. One of them tried to jump on me. Said what?
Times have changed. You know, we've progressed. So things have changed a little more acceptable now. Prime example, when I first went to Michigan State, you know, to me, Detroit is segregated. Black people here, Hamtramck is Polish, we got Mexican village. White people was in the burbs for the most part when I was going to college. When I got to Michigan State, it was a whole melting pot. I hadn't seen so many interracial couples in my life. And once you go off and kind of get exposed to things, and I'm not trying to say it's normal at this point, but I've been out with one of my white homeboys, and he's just my homeboy. We never dated, no nothing. And people was looking at us crazy. Or even when I post my homeboy Ali, it's like people think we date, and they say guys say negative things. I'm like, no, that's my homeboy. We're friends, but it's always the men who have something negative to say. That hasn't changed for me, and I don't think. But for women, for black women, we're a little more accepting. It's just like whatever, you can have him. Then some of them.
Hold on a minute. Did you actually just say that out loud? Did you actually just say that out loud? You said whatever, you can have him. Keisha,
Like,
for real?
You look like you need to be cleaned up. We good. You can have him too.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't believe. 313-778-7600. So if you see a black man with a white woman, you give him the, we didn't want him anyway? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's not. I said some of them, you look at them and be like, thank you. Not all of them. Not, and this is, my ex-fiance plays football. And it's crazy because and we had a conversation in college, and it was like getting a white woman was like their trophy to say they arrived, like I made it. So now it's kind of like norm for a celebrity or actor to get one. But, regular guys are still like, it's norm now. Like, love who you love, it is what it is. But black men don't see it the same way.
So let me ask you this before we go to break. And Robin, I want you to know you're going to be first when we come back on the other side of the break. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, the Caucasian women are a little bit more, how do I say this carefully? Do you think that when you, say that again?
They're more passive.
No, that's not it. No, I don't think that passive definitely is not the word I was looking for. That they seem to be a little bit more when they go away to college. Let me understand my question. When they go away to college, do you think that they maybe, just maybe, they've decided that this is their chance? I'm outside of my mama and daddy's house, and I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to go find me a black man?
I can slightly agree with that because I have some white girlfriends that
slightly agree. They playing the music. We got to go to break.
One of my friends, she went to Cran Bush and everything, and when she got up to Michigan State, we call her Nisha Boo. She came up to Michigan State and just.
We got to go to break. He playing the music. Tell us about Nisha Boo when we come back. 313-778-7600. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back.
Make sure your plumbing problems are taken care of the right way. For over 20 years, Right Way Plumbing's knowledgeable staff has served Metro Detroit. Schedule your appointment and receive a free in-home visual plumbing inspection with any paid service. Discounts available for seniors and veterans. And remember, there's only one way to do a job, and that's the right way. Call now, 877-RIGHT-89. That's 877-744-4889. The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Goodpods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside a Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
We've got you covered from sun up to sundown.
Good morning. It's Kerry Jackson, the urban conservative. Gonna cover a lot of ground today. I don't think that the police should decide, it's time for us to escalate stuff.
Oh, no.
There's gotta be a fine line between we're gonna keep order, but not we just gonna get out here and knock people upside the head. Everything that you think is settled law can be done away with. This is the game they plan to play. The question that you've got to ask yourself is, what are you individually going to do about it?
Weekdays on 910 AM Superstation.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson together with Keisha. Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Robin. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good morning, big baby. I just want to say this brief. I know this is a morning show, so I can be nice. Well,
You got to tell yourself you're going to be nice before you say what you're going to say.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be good about it. But you can read between lines. But if you say a brother with a white girl, I just hope that he got, insurance, okay? If you want to get the chicks and all of that crap, they all come with it. And then, he said that a white girl with Spanish smell like bologna. And when they do it, they smell like dogs, okay? But I know for a fact, a sister, the black of the very old baby, is sweet as goat, okay? So,
Yes.
I'm not going to deny that. You are 100% correct.
Right, a black man's penis is real big, that's one thing. And his penis is so strong that if he lay down with any nationality, that baby is going to be black. Well, white man's penis is so small when he leaves the bathroom, he urinate on his nuts, that's one thing. And then the next thing, that baby is biracial. But he is just as strong as his sperm is, which is true. Okay, because he can't produce the world. That's why white men hate black men, because their penis is big. And anyone that you lay down with and have a baby, that baby's going to be black. The hair is going to turn curly and everything. Serena Williams, she had a baby by a white man, but her blood is so strong, that baby was like the baby black. So that's how weak white men is, because I don't want no white man. No. I want something I can feel and taste. And sisters know how to rest their jaws on balls. We know how to do that real good. White girls ain't the only one know how to rest their jaws on balls. We know how to do it real good.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, right, Robin? We love you. I got to take some more of these callers. Have a good morning, dear. We got to go. Have a nice day. 313-778-7600. Say what?
I need a shot already.
Let's go to Fidel. Good morning, Fidel.
Hey, good morning, y'all. What's up, Teach? How you
Good
feeling?
morning, Fidel.
So listen, y'all, to back Robin up, this is the reason why in slavery, well, in Jim Crow era, that's the reason why they cut the black man's penis off. There was a reason why. This, to me, y'all, in my opinion, is one thing that y'all missing. The black man will always be the same, whether he with the black woman, Chinese, don't matter what race. That black woman changed. She become more submissive to that white man. She not gonna tell that white man your mama and all the things that the black woman tell the black. She's gonna automatically be very submissive. Period. Point blank. When a black woman is with a black man, she's very outspoken. She on him every little thing. Do this, do that, don't do this. Get off this. But that white man, they already know that he own and control everything. There go her security. She gonna have a pension, some insurance, some money coming if he died. The kids gonna be well taken care of. With that black man, she know there's gonna be a struggle. There's a good chance that her husband and her son could be shot dead. So keep all this in mind when they went from no, you can't have integration to yes, it's acceptable. A black woman got a lot of things to think about when she choose that white man. But the most important thing that I see, I don't see no white couple, a white interracial couple, particularly the black woman with a white man. They out arguing out in public, and if they is arguing out in public, she ain't calling him all out names like most black women call black men.
Listen, y'all, Fidel here, and I have not seen it myself. Never. In almost 60 years.
I have not seen it either.
I have not seen it. But you don't see them out. Right.
And last but not least, y'all, when my experience with any other race or women, the only difference is when you're intimate with a black woman, it seems to be a little bit warmer. When you enter somebody else, it's cold, man. It ain't the same. And a white woman, you could just tell them you're going to the moon, and they'll accept that. They'll do your homework. They don't mind if you screw their girlfriend. They don't mind if you go out of state. They're going to accept everything. That black woman, boy, oh boy, she gonna put you on child support. She gonna do, especially when she get mad. It's over with. So that's my thing. And and I'm gonna check. You guys, when you go to college and y'all send y'all kids to college, especially the woman, they getting trashed in college. Oh my God, that's their time they leave home. Man, that ain't my experience. And
hold on, wait a minute, I missed something. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute, Keisha, let him finish. What's happening in college?
They getting trashed, Kerry. Trash. You hear me? Listen to me. The basketball player got one for every day. The star football player, he got one. The jock on campus got one for different day. If you so happen to have and have a little bit of money, man, your rate go up. You could do anything with them in college. You could do anything with them in high school. But in college, where there's no parents, no rule, man, again, that's my experience.
All right, brother. Let me knock out some more of these callers. Thanks for calling this morning. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Sylvia. Good morning, Sylvia.
Good morning. I just look at the history of things and the reason why the white society did not want to mix interracial couples, and the reason was because of genetics, and that because of the melanin and the strength of the black people, both females and males, that would replace and erase their race. But I don't have a problem with mixed marriages. You love who you love. My dad, I'm a war baby, so I was born in Paris, and my brother was born in Germany. So he only dated French women because my mama's French Jew and my grandma, and they raised him, and my dad brought us to the States. But she wouldn't bring my brother to the States because she said they were hanging black men. I was saying, Mama, they would hang us too. you know, but she never brought my son to the States. But again, I don't care. You love who you love. But me, I like black melanin. I like them black stallions. Thanks for taking the call. That's all.
313-778-7600. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Carl. Good morning, Carl.
Good morning. Yes, you know, the black woman is the most prized out here, but they're also the most disrespected on the planet. You know, a white man always want a black woman. But here's the thing. You know, when I was growing up, Carrie, and the men in my family, and they would say, don't mess with her, she been with such and such and such and such. When I see these celebrities, these brothers that get this kind of bank, and they chase after these women, these white women that been with this guy, that guy. You take Kim Kardashian.
Hold on a second. Now, here's the thing. When you said they chase after, brother, do you honestly think he's got to chase him, or do you think that the women are chasing him?
No, some of these brothers are misled and they chase. Why would I be this free? She been ran through a train. And here's the thing. What makes it so attractive? All these beautiful sisters at HBCUs, all that. I mean, yes, you get with whoever you want. Okay, I understand that. Love is love, whatever. But how is it that all these other ethnic groups and get this kind of money and all this entertainment and athletics, they get with their own people? Ours, why do we, the majority of us, you take the NBA, the NFL, every time you turn around, you don't see nobody look like your mothers or your sisters. That's fine. Really. I mean, I was taught, and I see myself, I don't mind being checked by my sister, my wife. I don't mind that. I have no problem with it. There's something special about it. Yeah, it's just like the white man wants his white woman, but he still wants that. He wants to go outside his race. But how is it that all these brothers, just like I hear Michael Jordan's son is with Scottie Pippen's wife, what the ex-wife? What the heck, man? Are you going to tell me I'm filthy rich and I'm going to get with a Kardashian? Are you serious?
Again, you're assuming that he went after the Kardashian. Brother, that's not the reality. The reality is she went after him.
But you can say no. You've been around the league and the other leagues. There's nothing left.
When a woman is standing there and she's pursuing you and she's showing up and taking her clothes off and standing right there in front of you, you gonna still stand there and be like, nah, never mind. I move out my way. Okay. We got to go to break. Thank you for you write a book, brother, because a lot of more folks need to know how to have your will and stamina to be able to resist the butt-naked woman standing right in front of their face. 313-778-7600. We got to go to break. We'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy.
Stephen, the phone number is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600.
I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials. And, you know, you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days to taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, you seem to have more energy. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
The 910 AM live stream can now be seen on Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, YouTube Red, iPhone.
And dial the phone, Dorian, if that's what you think. Dial the phone.
Any Windows phone. Watch us live at 910amsuperstation.com.
910, the Superstation, Detroit's only African-American talk radio.
We've got you covered from sun up to sundown.
Good morning. It's Kerry Jackson, Urban Conservative. Gonna cover a lot of ground today. I don't think that the police should decide, it's time for us to escalate stuff. Oh, no. There's got to be a fine line between we're going to keep order. We're just going to get out here and knock people upside the head. Everything that you think is settled law can be done away with. This is the game they plan to play. The question that you've got to ask yourself is, what are you individually going to do about it?
Weekdays on 910 AM Superstation.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson and with Keisha this morning. If you just woke up and just tuned in this morning, we're discussing interracial relationships, not whether we approve of them, not whether it's perfectly all right to have an interracial relationship. It is. We're past that stage. We want to know do you believe there is a double standard when it comes to interracial relationships? Meaning, has society said it's perfectly all right for a black man to go out and find him a white woman? We're okay with that. But the second that an African-American woman decides, you know what? I'm going to expand my horizons. I'm going to go out. I'm going to decide to cross the colored line. I'm going to date someone that's not black. I'm going to give a white man the opportunity to date me. You think it's perfectly all right? Or do you think that we're a lot harsher on black women when they decide that they're going to cross the color barrier? 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Miss Leona.
Good morning to both of you. I just woke up. My opinion is growing up in the 60s, after I graduated from high school, I went to Chicago. And I was supposed to go to first I signed up to go into the service. Then I changed my mind, so I went to Chicago. And then I was going to Northwestern University for nursing. But I had an encounter growing up in Chicago. This person was, I guess you would say, pursuing me. But I wasn't interested in him, so I just stayed out of his way. So when I came back home, I had the same experience. I went to Wayne State, and I don't believe in interracial marriage. I wasn't raised like that. But the young people today, it's all different. And I agree with Mr. Jackson when he says, a wealthy black woman, well-educated or whatever, if she decides she wants to go out of the race, get a Caucasian, whatever, they are held different than a young black man. And I always say, love who you love, but for me, I would stay in my race. And then I was on Facebook, and you know how people want to become your friends and inbox you. So it was two Caucasians that lived up in Oregon. I said, Oregon? He wanted to become my friend. I said to myself, doesn't he know I'm a little black woman? Come on now. I didn't get on Facebook for friends. And I'm 81 years old. What could we do? Nothing. So love who you know, but for me, and my son, I had one that was a Muslim, and I know I had no worry about him on Caucasian because of how the Muslims believe in stand in your own religion. And my other son, he joined the Navy, and he went to got out of the Navy and went to Washington. He went to college and got his degree. But to me, they never was interested in one in the other race but their own. But the young, wealthy black women and men seem like the men that they think they have arrived when they get a white woman. And like one young man said, the Kardashians, they are wealthy and everything, but it seems like to me, any wealthy person that they want, money can get them. So I always said, love who you love, but for me, it's not for me.
Thank you so much. We always appreciate when you call in the morning. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said, enjoy the show, and both of you have a good day.
Thank you. You have a great day and a terrific weekend.
You have a great weekend.
Keisha, you wanted to say something?
Just going to reference it's a movie that came out recently with Eddie Murphy, Laura London, Jonah, somebody, but it's on Netflix called You People, and it's an interracial couple. It's a black girl and a white boy, or white man, let me say that, and a black woman. So the black family had the hardest time adjusting to her being with a white guy. Eddie Murphy was her father. He was super rude, made it super hard for him. The white guy's family was flabbergasted and excited they were having somebody black come into their family. And it's just like, it shows a double standard. Most black men...
Wait. Did you honestly think that? You thought that they were excited? I thought that, the Julia Roberts character, she played it well, but it was, everything was a stereotype to her. Not Julia Roberts. What's her name? Julia Louise Dreyfus. Did I say Julia Roberts? The woman that used to be in Seinfeld, that one that played the Elaine character from Seinfeld, played the mother there. But everything out of her mouth was a stereotype that wasn't really based on any reality about what she thought, how she thought black people were. Only thing that she knew about black people is what she'd seen from TV.
Yeah, she was oblivious, but she was still happy to have a new culture to have. She said she loved her earrings. She was happy, but she was just not educated on black people by a long shot. There was some cultural differences, but she was more welcoming than the father was of his daughter dating a white guy.
So
you don't think so?
I think that it was a terrific update to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. It was more of a, if you had decided that you wanted to attack the issue of interracial dating for 2022 or 2023, it was a great way to tell the story. But the truth of the matter, the bottom line to whether it was You People or 50 years ago, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, is that we don't know enough about other cultures, and we all make up our minds based on based on whatever's been in our head and what people told us. And if we shut up and we wind up getting to know people and let what other folks told us get out of the way, the world would be a better place. That's the one overall thing from both. What?
Yeah, and that wasn't a black or white issue. That's just people in general issue.
Right. And so that was the thing that as I sat there and I watched the movie, all I thought about is because I've seen Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, God knows how many times over the years. But it's easily just another movie to say, stop believing the lies that somebody told you, and you've got all sorts of preconceived notions based on what you thought. How about shut up and get to know the people, and then you might actually love and appreciate them down the road.
I totally agree.
Right. So that's the thing that you take from the movie. And I mean, that's the way that I would like to say that we're going to wind up raising our kids. But please, in this world that we live in with all the division we got now, yeah, it's a movie. And you better believe that there are probably 80% of society still hasn't seen the movie and they don't care. So.
But how would you feel if one of your kids brought home someone of another race?
When we went to take KJ to school, not so much as in Illinois, but when I took him up to Saginaw, there was a large, ridiculous number of young white girls who were all smiling in his face and who were all very, 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 very helpful to him. And I told him, listen, I don't have to ask his mama's opinion. I communicate with him now since his mother and I are divorced. And I told him, brother, you are welcome to do whatever the heck you want to do. Get to know everybody. I mean, the entire point, as I told my daughter back when she was in middle school, the entire point in me moving her to a different school district is to get to know other people. You get to know other cultures. I just know how much my life changed when my parents moved me from an all-black school district in the city of Chicago out to the suburbs, where I got to know the difference between a Russian name, a Jewish name. When I got to learn, I got to meet people from Czechoslovakia. I believe that my life was enriched by getting to know folks from different cultures, and I wanted my kids to do the same. And my kid, but let me just say this, and I pointed this out to someone at 545. You can't go to whether my family, my Detroit family, or my Chicago family, or any of the family anywhere else. Every single get together, it's a melting pot. There are folks of all different shades and colors. There are folks of all different religions. There are people of all different sexual, there are gays and homosexuals throughout the family, no matter which. So my kids know that we've got a very large family of, you learn to accept everybody for who they are, period. And you don't draw no line based on who they love or what color their skin is. So I've always taught them that. And I hope that the lesson has gotten through and they make their own decisions based on who people are and not what their color of their skin is.
And so for my family, no one has ever, at least let me say this, no one's ever brought someone outside of the race to our house. Nobody's married, openly admitted to having someone outside of our race. So my family is like team pro-black. Even when my brother went to Saginaw, graduated from Saginaw, where your son goes, and he played a joke when he first got to school on me and my mom about him dating a white girl. And it was just like, yeah, I want to talk. I'm going to be honest, we didn't want to talk to him for a minute. He was like, yeah.
I got to get over that. Listen, it's a big world. He might wind up.
It was a joke, but it was just more of a, that wasn't how he was raised.
Well, it's time for y'all to be ready. You were ready. Please, we got to go to break. He's playing the music. 313-778-7600. I see how many of y'all are on the line. We're going to get to as many of y'all as we can when we get right back. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
WADL gets a facelift and is now My 38 Detroit. Along with a facelift comes new programming. On Mondays at 8 p.m., catch a 2-hour block of Law & Order SVU. Tuesdays, Chicago Fire. Wednesdays, Dateline. More Dateline and Chicago PD on Thursdays and on Fridays. You'll get more Chicago PD to start your weekend. We'll still have some of your favorite shows like Mom, Blackish, and Friends. Just adding more for you to enjoy on My 38. The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative. Seen all around the world, we bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
My 38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads. The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Goodpods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
We've got you covered from sunup to sundown.
Good morning. It's Kerry Jackson here, the conservative. Gonna cover a lot of ground today. I don't think that the police should decide, it's time for us to escalate stuff. Oh, no. There's got to be a fine line between we're going to keep order. We're just going to get out here and knock people upside the head. Everything that you think is settled law can be done away with. This is the game they plan to play. The question that you got to ask yourself is, what are you individually going to do about it?
Weekdays on 910 AM Superstation.
All my life I has to fight. All my life hard times like that. Bad trips like that. Nazareth, I'm up, homie, you up, but if God got us, then
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson with Keisha this morning. Let's go back to the phones and see how many we can get in before we run out of time. Let's go to Michael. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning to you. Thanks for taking my call. What I want to know is, since we talk about interracial relationships, I think about Prince Markle and the royal family. Now, that is a family that had all the racism that Markle is facing from all of those people and everything. Not on state side, I don't worry about no athletes and no entertainers marrying outside of their race. I really don't. What I worry about is those people like those CEOs and those big corporations and everything, and how they react when their daughters go out with black men, because this is what it's all about. Black men going with white women, not just athletes and their special class people, entertainers too. I mean, yeah.
You know how they act. They decide that they're going to lay down the law and they're going to tell their daughter that's not right. So they're going to make sure that they tell their daughter that is not acceptable. We're not going to let you do it. Let me see if I can knock out another call or two, brother. Thanks for calling.
All right. I appreciate that.
All right. Let's go to Nathan. Let's go to Nathan.
Good
morning, Nathan.
Good morning, Karen, the co-host. I'm glad to have that conversation. I remember when I was growing up, this was back before the 50s, and the biggest dream the little black boy had, he used to always say, when I grow up, you know what I want? I want to get a black cat like a white woman.
Wow. I had never heard that before. I never heard that before.
When I grow up, I'm going to get a black cat like a white
Why do you think that? So, I don't know. I had never heard that before. Get you a black cat like at a white woman.
A black cat black and a white woman.
Now, for the rest of the day and probably the rest of the weekend, I'm gonna be thinking about how many folks I knew who were probably my age who decided. I mean, we know how folks felt about Cadillacs who also went out and got them a white woman to go with that Cadillac. I had not even thought about that. Have a good weekend. Let's talk to Greg. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Greg.
If we lost Greg, go to Jerry. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Keisha, and happy Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear. It's fine, thank you, dear. I could smell a lot of love coming from your radio talk show this morning. And I hope that love will be a positive all the time. What I try to say, Mr. Jackson, Ms. Keisha, this is my look at women in general. I see the white woman, she gave a lot, especially for a black man, before she gave a lot sweet, before she demand. When I look to the black woman, she demand before she gives any sweet for the black man. But when we come to the Oriental lady, with my respect to them, they treat their man like a king, like a prince, like the godfather. So I want Ms. Keisha to say, what's your answer to me? Thank you for taking my call. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Jerry.
Have a great one.
You want to tackle it, or we want to try and get the new Tim in real quick?
New Tim.
New Tim, real quick.
I would love to hear. Yes, I love to hear what you got to say.
Yes, good morning to you. Yes, I always prefer chocolate. I always prefer chocolate over vanilla. You know, give me some chocolate any day. You know, and to me personally, it's more like a money grab, because you don't see no black guy with no white woman in a poor neighborhood, or no white man with a black woman in no poor neighborhood. It's all about the money. If a black female got money, you always gonna find her with a white man with money. If you find you a black man with a white girl, they both gonna have some type of money. And you know, my thing is, if you get with another race, don't come running back to your race and expecting him to.
Listen, you know good and well, nobody told OJ you can't come back to the black race. Everybody said we welcome him back. All right, and he had gone to the white race and he had crossed over, and still folks are listening to him and he's sharing his opinion. Black folks let you come back all of the time, brother. You can always come home again.
When OJ just come back with the ones who he got money with, he's not with them in my neighborhood. Let him come down to Detroit and take the open arms. He do that with our elite black people. He don't do that with the middle class black people or the poor class black people. And you already know that if he come back to middle class black people, they not gonna welcome him with open arms. You know,
man, I don't know. I know that black folks are always, you know, loving and kind and accepting, and we hug everybody and we forgive folks who murdered our family members. The black community is always welcome to people back, but we out of time. Thanks for calling this morning. Thank you for getting up once again, Keisha, for picking a terrific topic, for steering a very decent, a very great show this morning. We appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. Get you some rest. I'm out of time. Next up, State Representative Joelle Jones, either here or a member of the foundation, will be here to bring you information and inspiration from 7 to 9, followed by, because today is Friday, Charlene Mitchell will be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. I urge y'all to stay tuned right here to 910 AM Superstation. I will be back in front of this microphone Monday morning at 6 o'clock. Y'all know that there's a snowstorm coming this afternoon. There are plenty of schools that are already closed this morning. Listen, go out, take care of the stuff that you've got to take care of earlier in the day, and if you've got to travel on the roads later on in the day, be very, 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 very careful. Stay safe. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you next week. Have a great weekend.
We gonna be all right.